Mum reads to me every on the floor, hand on the bridge of bad cake. When I was a boy, doesn't want to finish his beans before he has his pudding. He says he wants his sauce now. She'd say, bedtime. Now, I had a problem with bedtime. I couldn't hear the word kiss. So when my mum said, Michael, it's time for kiss, all I could hear was, Michael, it's time for... Or if she said, Michael, it's kiss time, all I could hear was, Michael, it's time. So there we are, sitting on the sofa, and we're watching telly. Why do people look like that when they watch telly? I don't know, but there we are. We're sitting there. And Mum says, Michael, it's time for kiss. And I go, Michael, it's kiss time. Michael, I'm talking to you. It's time for... Right? No need to shout, blimey. And I get up and I go round behind the sofa. And then when I'm behind the sofa, I think, if I'm really quiet, she won't know I'm here. So I stop breathing. And she says, I know you. And I go, I'm not. And she says, what are you talking about? You're standing there in the middle of the room saying you're not there. You must be there to be saying you're not there. You now go to bed. And I think this is really brilliant. She thinks I'm going upstairs. Don't do that. I don't know. Down my jumper, down my shirt, in my armpits. They even looked. Hooray! I got through. Let's have a look. No, it's all right. Let's have a look. Let me have a look at it. How did it get broken? I don't know. What do you mean, you don't know? My brother was still laughing all over his face without making a sound. So then I told my dad all about the smugglers and customs and hiding the money. The moment my dad knew that I was lying, he says, it's broken. Ever again with a frying pan. And I think this is really brilliant. She thinks I'm going upstairs. Mouth. When everyone was... Wayne, that's very rude. We've talked about kissing before. If Mrs. Morris wants to kiss David goodbye, that's okay. Darren, I don't want to have to tell you about the snails again. We're doing the... Quiet! Quiet! Nerd! It's a baby! There they all were. Quick, quick! Quick, 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 quick! Come over here, come over here! You're going to miss it, you're going to miss it! Quick, 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 quick! Come on, you'll miss it! Oh, get out, get out! Darren! Are you chained? Dad always looks fed up because he doesn't want to come. Get out of the way! You're always the same, you are. Nothing's ever good enough for you, is it? But my dad, what does he do? He pick your ears? Ugh. I cut that out. How did the top of the toothpaste get in my shaving soap? And I think this is really brilliant. She thinks I'm going upstairs. Woof! And I spill his orange juice. Me and my brother, we sit up in bed doing sex on my dad. I go to bed first and I'm just dozing on and I hear a funny voice going, wake up, Dad. I rushed over to the Science Museum. He wasn't dead. It was just one of his tricks. Wake up, Dad. I rushed over to Science Museum. Oh, no, it isn't, I said. No, breathing. Do you want something to eat? Ha, nothing. Really? Yes. Kaboom. Right. I can leave you by the side of the road. Oh, no, this is horrible. I'm in presence. Station waiting for the train. I don't think it's funny. And he just fell over and died. And I cried. I was starving. All I had for breakfast was one raisin. And I ran and jumped on my train. As we pulled out of Euston Station, I began to eat. Trouble was, my pea was in a paper bag. One sloppy pea tomato stuck to the bag. So I scooped together and pushed into my mouth. Blob by blob. It was diving in the sky. And that's when we get into really big trouble. When my mum goes to evening classes, my dad says, "Don't tell your mother, let's have matzo brie." I can't stop myself, so I go, and I got all these slashes, and I go, oh, horrible! Write a story. Hooray! Monkey business. They live in a dark room at the end of a dark corridor. I'm so sorry, Mum. I can't stop myself. I clench my teeth. I'm so sorry. And I think this is really brilliant. She thinks I'm going upstairs. My brother say, "Mum, your coat's dead."